You know, if you really want to just hang out with me, I'll be at the Current tonight. There you go.
You're there
I
a
go
lot.
every Friday. My dad would go every Friday to his favorite seafood restaurant.
Yeah,
and I've always made jokes that my daughter is, they're like carbon copies. Her and my dad. And now my daughter, like every Friday, we go to the Current Seafood Counter in College Park, and she gets 2 orders of their peel and eat garlic shrimp. Super good. And then we get some hush puppies. But they have really great Northeast casual seafood. If you haven't been, it's so casual, so fun, pet friendly outside. Great beers, great drinks. Tell them about the drinks.
Yeah, first it's counter service, so
easy.
It's super casual.
Easy.
And the food, the lobster rolls, the blackened fish sandwiches, the peel and eat shrimp, like Daniel was talking about, seafood pastas, salads, fried seafood, mussels, clams,
16 different
seafood,
taps, Northeast beers that you can't get anywhere else. A lot of craft beers. They've got 6 bottles of spirits and a Pepsi gun, so they do old school knock your shoes off drinks.
Yeah, margaritas, sea breezes, bay breeze, tequila sunrise,
it's fun, man.
Cape Cods. They are great. There's 2 locations, one in College Park, like we said, one in Henry's Depot in Sanford. That's their original location. But go by the College Park location. Like Daniel said, he's there every Friday.
I am. Just come get a sandwich. A lot of people get takeout, too. Like, you just breeze in, you get a fried fish sandwich, that grouper sandwich with Old Bay fries.
Oh, man.
You put the malt vinegar all over those fries and just go to heaven.
They constantly have Curtis Earth trivia there.
That's on Mondays. So every Monday you can go hang out with Curtis Earth, do the premier Orlando trivia, and eat great seafood.
It's the Current Seafood Counter right there in College Park.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
We're back at the CMA Awards. He's nominated for 7 awards tonight with his song Boogers. Please welcome Billy Dean Aldean.
Pizza might be tasty, tacos are a delight, but there's only one real go-to food when you're taken in a fight. He's big and fat with a heart of gold, but I know you heard the news. Jelly Roll eats his boogers when he's not eating food. And he eats a lot of food. Somebody save him from picking his nose. He might be beautifully broken, but that shit's straight gross. He's big and fat with a heart of gold, but I know you heard the news. Jelly Roll eats his boogers when he's not eating food. And he eats a lot of food. Somebody save him from picking his nose. He might be beautifully broken, but that shit's straight gross. He's big and fat with a heart of gold, but I know you heard the news. Jelly Roll eats his boogers when he's not eating food. And he eats a lot of food. All the food. All the food.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. Seth Petrozelli's here.
Hey, hey. On the couch.
I can't hear myself.
We've got...
he's very stressed out on the couch.
We've got this year's couch racing team in the studio.
You guys can make some noise, Yeah, the couchman.
Yeah. We got a big team. Viking over here with the cowboy boots on.
That guy. Who hired that guy? That guy's awesome. That guy's going to kick everyone's ass.
He looks like a competitor.
He does.
The rest of them
they look fun. They look fun.
They're drunk, which is not going to help their performance on Sunday. But we'll talk to them later. And, of course, the person riding and steering our couch is going to talk to us via Zoom, and it's Tuttle, and he's got some crazy plans.
Well, he has to speak to us via Zoom because I believe, as of right now, he is currently living in a tent in Champions Gate, Orlando, and he's sleeping on the lawn in a tent with his friend Colton, and yeah. Well, he's at the Bubba the Love Sponge Content House.
Yeah.
They are just, it's wild. In fact, you got to watch the trailer because it's Bubba the Love Sponge and this hot girl, right? And they're sitting there. It's like a trailer for the thing, right? And the girl's sitting there. She's like, you need to do this. You need to know that you're so influential in the world. You need to know your worth, and you need to like know what you're dropping off. And then Bubba the Love Sponge looks at the camera. He's like, I gotta drop something off in the toilet. It's fine. I go, yes! Yeah! He's like, I gotta drop something off in the toilet. I'm like, yes! It's here! It's here! Christmas in November. Bubba the Love Sponge, Kid Shack 2. I'm so excited about this, dude.
All right, before we talk to Seth, we got to reference Daniel's song he just made and show Seth the video.
I love I don't hate Jelly Roll or anything, but the dude eats his boogers now, and we have to talk about it. He's a booger eater.
So we talked.
Have you seen the video?
I can show Seth the video.
I have not.
Seth, this is real shit right here. Hold on, I gotta find the booger video. Okay, here we go. Go back here.
I mean, it's real gross to watch it.
There he is. He's going in. He's picking. He rolls it too. My dad used to roll.
Where's this at?
This is at UFC last week. Roll. Oh my God! Right in the mouth. Right in the mouth. Right in the mouth. Right next to you're doing that next to.
Oh my God!
You're doing that next to the president-elect. You're doing that next to the next president and Kid Rock.
Why?
You know what? I'm not joking. It's fucking Kid Rock, our president-elect Donald Trump, and Jelly Roll is one row behind them, rolling his boogers and putting them in his mouth.
Well, I'm sure that's something.
What a time to be alive!
It's probably something he used to do as a kid, and like he didn't even, it's
well,
like
he's 40. I used to do a lot of shit when I was a kid. There was a kid, Paul,
it's
in my church.
It's kind of weird for him to drift off enough to roll his boogers and eat it when he's sitting next to Donald Trump and
Kid Rock
and Elon Musk.
You're at UFC 300 and whatever the hell. Like,
everybody, people are watching. You're a celebrity.
You're the biggest celebrity.
Yeah. And to zone out that much, where you're like, I'm gonna jelly roll my booger and then eat it. Anyway,
there used to be a kid in my church. There used to be a kid in my church, Paul, who would pull his penis out all the time. Just pull it out.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to guess that Paul, he was 9 when he was doing it, like from 0 to 9. He was the penis pull it out kid, right?
Yeah.
But if he's 40, if he's my age, 48 now, he can't pull it out. You can't. You have to stop doing some of the things that you used to do.
Yeah. You may go to reach for it, and then you snap into reality. You're like, I'm at the fight. Donald Trump's sitting there. I can't pull my penis out.
So anyway, I mean, we're not trying to, it's not shots fired, but hey, it's pretty funny. Don't eat your boogers, Jelly Roll. Jesus Christ, you're a millionaire.
So how you doing, Seth?
I'm good.
So Seth has been extra stressed.
He's like, every time he comes in here now, you ever notice, you ask him, you're like, how you doing? He's like, I guess.
I'm trying to get out of this stress. Once my house is gone, it'll be so much better.
Yeah. Well, how close is that to happening?
Well, that's the reason I'm not going tomorrow, is because I have 2 showings, which is great. I have an open house, but 2 confirmed people that are coming to specifically look at it.
2 sheiks.
You know that open houses don't work, right?
I know. But this was a showing that just wanted to come on that.
Yeah, showings are work.
Well, that's what this. Well, they're coming. Just happen to be coming on the open house day, so they're
okay.
So the whole week, my basement. So I've been putting this off because it was $15,000 to do, and I didn't want to spend the money to do it. But my basement, that I have, it gets water in it every time it hurricanes and shit like that. And this year was pretty bad for that. So the past couple open houses, there was about 4 inches of water in the basement. That's not too good for showing.
So when you open the creepy basement, they're like, "Oh, what's down here? 4 inches of swamp water,
swamp monster down there." Yeah,
the stink of mildew.
Yeah,
you'll like the odor. We call it our indoor swamp.
Yeah. So the whole week, these guys have been there jackhammering the crap out of the whole outside perimeter, installing like drains and like 3 sub pumps, going out to it looks amazing now.
At some point the house just becomes uninhabitable, right? Because I feel like you've been dealing with the pumps and the flooding for decades.
Well, it was just that, and then now I just put off being cheapo and not fixing it and just being like, I'll deal with it when a hurricane comes.
Gotcha.
And then not doing it, and then finally I'm like, fuck it. Now that I'm leaving, I'll do it.
Right. A lot of people do that though, right? I mean, your wife, you're around it all the time.
Yeah. I do like the fact that every storm, every hard rain, you're pumping that water into your
mostly
toilet.
It just stormed to 2 hurricanes.
Years of doing this, and then finally, right before you leave the house, you fix it.
And it looks really good. Like you can have like a man cave down there. It's nice. It's like fuck.
Yeah, it's like real Batman-y down here. Dark and damp.
No, it's nice. It's the dehumidifiers. All the moisture's out.
All good.
I have it smells nice in there now. It literally it's good.
Amazing with some Febreze.
Yeah.
You ever use that stuff Poof? You ever seen that stuff Poof?
What is that?
It's like there's this weird guy that advertises this spray called Poof. You can spray it on anything that stinks, and it'll take the spray away. And he claims that it was
stink.
Yeah, the stink away. He claims that it was some sort of enzyme that was made for these water reclamation plants, but you spray it on it, and he sprays it in his mouth. He sprays it everywhere, and he's like, it takes all the stink away. Need some Poof.
I mean, it's not just like Febreze.
No. This is Poof.
Okay.
P-O-O-F.
Yeah, you can eat this.
Yeah, you can eat. You can't eat Febreze. You can eat Poof.
So
you could.
This is going to be, and I debated whether or not to even talk openly about this.
Well, you told me you weren't going to.
Because
All right,
okay.
Call it an audible. I like it.
So I talk
Sarah
openly.
Palin, Going Rogue.
About
That's the name of her book.
Now my sons are getting older. I'm a little bit apprehensive about talking about their lives, only because I'm worried that one day, if they hear this, they'll think that I'm like telling things that I didn't get their permission. It's not like
I can say
hey, can I talk about this?
About Maisie. I want because she made her own lunch this morning. Like seriously, like cut the strawberries and put them in the thing. Like she's an adult. I could be like fuck you to her because she's an adult.
Yeah, but also all she does is hard work. And,
she doesn't even hang out with me. I'm too lazy.
So, as I'm sure Seth noticed, we weren't at karate.
Yeah, that was one of the questions I was going to bring up today.
Well, I'm talking about it now.
Okay.
I wouldn't even ask that. You get the money no matter what.
It hasn't been Wednesday.
Right?
It's been like a week. It's been a few days.
Yeah.
Don't you no matter what, you get the money, right? That's the whole gimmick. Is that like these kids are like, we don't want to go. You're like,
the kids change. Like I always say, they change their mind like they change their own. It's all the time. You got to be the guide and tell them you got to push through it, because in life you're going to do shit that you're not going to want to do, but it's going to be worth it in the end.
Correct. Life is a bunch of sump pumps.
And
right?
It's got to wait to the last minute to fix it.
Thank you.
Well said. Because every time they're not there, I imagine Seth be like, I knew Tom Van was an undisciplined
I don't picture
pussy.
Yeah. I picture you being a pussy, not them. I picture you.
I know. I know.
I would never let another man say that.
Well, he's always thought that. And I'm trying to prove him wrong by bringing my sons to karate.
You know what I am, right? What's less than a pussy? That's me, because I'm little.
So,
and little people have, you don't respect anybody that's small like me, right?
No, I do.
Most people don't. Most people look at me like I'm absolute non-factor in any scenario. I show up, they're like, this guy.
So let's rewind.
He took a sip of his drink. He's going to get serious.
Yeah.
Let's rewind to weeks ago, maybe even a month and a half ago.
Okay.
When when they were doing karate for the first time, and they were going every week, and now I told the story about how I convinced them to go to karate. That Max was kind of interested, and then I showed them the Kimbo Slice video, and I was like, one day if you want to beat up the Black Mr. Beast, you could do it too. And you
wait a minute,
learn
Kimbo
karate.
Slice was Black Mr. Beast? Is that what he was?
Well, that's how I showed
back
him.
in the day, he's talked about this before.
He was the original Mr. Beast, and then Seth beat him up, and I was like, maybe you could beat up the current Mr. Beast. Who knows? And so then Tommy was apprehensive because he was like, I'm not really interested in learning karate, but I'll try it, you know. And then
he's not a downer. He's not going to instantly say no way, but
definitely he was the one that I was more concerned about learning to like it, you know. And then every week, you know, I'd give him the option. I'd be like, hey, let's go to karate. He's like, yeah, you know, it's hard work.
I don't know about the karate.
And okay,
describe. Can you just so or maybe Seth can do it. Like describe a standard. Like I show up for karate. I'm Tommy. Walk me through what we do. Like. You know, in like baseline terms.
Okay, for the first 3 minutes, I do let them run around like crazy kids.
You got to, get some energy out.
Like before I start class, I usually start like 2-3 minutes late just to make sure the late parents come in. They all run around nuts. And I scream.
Yeah. Tommy doesn't like that part. Make me run around.
I don't like running around.
I just want to stand there. And let me just say before I move on, because and this is why I debated whether to talk about this, because this is nothing against Seth's dojo, because Seth does an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I will say,
it is the number one thing he talks about is that,
and his program's amazing.
Well, it kind of messed things. I mean, it does mess up your love for like shitting and bullying, because it shows a complete and organized, businessman who runs one of, if not the best dojo in Orlando.
It did ruin.
No, he does talk about that.
And it did ruin.
Off air, yes.
It ruined my stereotype of Seth that I wanted to keep.
It stole some joy. It stole some joy from you,
because I wanted Seth to be more like the show Seth. And then I see him, and he's really good with the kids. He's motivational. With all age kids. And I'm watching him, I'm like, please fart in their face once. He never does it. He's just respectful. Like he holds himself as a professional, and all the kids like him. And then he teaches them discipline. And his dojo isn't some belt farm.
Well, he said all the kids like. I mean, obviously Tommy doesn't.
I was explaining that to Max. Max told me he's like this girl in my class told me she was a purple belt already, and she falls over when she stands on one leg. And then I'm like, yeah, other dojos they just hand out belts just to keep the kids in because it's a money thing. But I'm like, Seth's dojo, he's
the real stuff,
because Max is like, this girl doesn't even know what a kata is. He's like, how did she get this so high? I'm like, yeah, like all these other dojos, they just hand out belts. There's no regulation.
It's kind of like scuba diving licenses or anything for that matter. I mean, really. I mean, I have a self-driving car that should be illegal.
So anyway, Max and Tommy would go start off twice a week. Then Max's breakdancing changed.
Do you go Wednesday and sit and angrily read a magazine?
He stands there and he goes outside sometimes and comes in.
Go outside, smoke a cigarette while the boys are in there kicking and punching like my dad.
There's not a lot of seating room for the parents.
My dad would have gone outside to smoke a cigarette.
I'm in now. I'm watching.
I
enjoy watching.
My dad would take me to the soccer store to buy new cleats. I wanted like really nice Puma, like Copas. I go in. The guy, he's like, I'll fit him, and then my dad go outside and smoke a cigarette.
And I enjoy it, like the knuckle push-ups on the wooden planks and the stuff. And making him tough.
You do that?
Yeah,
right on.
And but that's the part that Tommy doesn't like, obviously, because it's hard, and then there's discipline involved, and there's wanting to make yourself tougher and stuff. And
is he a group sport boy?
No, but much like me and my wife, we weren't into anything, so it was a thing that I was like, you should do, and we're going to do every Wednesday. Unless you want to do something else, we'll do that. But it's got to be physical. It's got to be hard.
Okay,
that's
whatever. Fair.
So we went on this, and we went a bunch of times, and then and then I was there probably 10 or 12 times.
I got the attendance sheet.
You're going to get an exact number, I guarantee you.
So, rewind to about 3 weeks ago. And we get Tommy's progress report, and he's doing bad in math, right? You got a C, barely a C.
The facts...
Did he say he can count to 10 in Japanese? That's part of math.
Every time the facts come out on what his kids do, they always align with me. Guess whose SAT in math is shit? Me!
That's not a part of Castleberry's curriculum.
No,
it's counting the 10 in Japanese. So anyway, 3 weeks ago he's doing real poorly in math, and then so we me, Crystal, and Tommy sit down. And we're like, hey, what? And then I help him with his math homework, and he seems confused. I don't know right there. I look at YouTube to see how to do it, and I'm like, watch this YouTube video. It's the only way. And so you know, we talked about like, oh, we're gonna have to get a tutor, whatever. And,
I used to have a math tutor come to my house every single Thursday. Jesus.
No, now they do it through Zoom, which, by the way, is a good side hustle for a lot of teachers.
Well, but not if it's the same price. Fuck that shit. You better drive over to my house. If I'm paying you $300, you better get your ass over, and I better see a human.
No, I think they charge like $50 an hour or whatever.
My shit was expensive,
because they drive to your house. Yeah. Now they're Zoom. They just rock it through Zoom after Zoom. Anyway, so then you know, the last time we went to karate, after I was like, you know, I keep waiting for him after when we're driving home. I'm like, hey, how was karate? And then Tommy's like, I hated it. I'm like, God. Well, he just hates the hard work. And then I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, it's like Maisie with a pickle, right? It's like, here, eat this pickle. It's like, I'm never going to like that. That's not my thing.
And that's why he's telling me it's the confidence. He never even, because he respects Seth and respects the dojo, and he never.
Well, he's in a safe space with his dad, and you guys are both alike weirdos, and he's going to talk to you about it.
And that's why I'm afraid to telling the truth on the show, because I don't want Tommy to be like, I told you that in confidence. Why are you telling all you?
Okay, I can understand.
But he'll never listen to this until I die. So hopefully he knows. But anyway, so
I think you could have stopped it. He'll never listen to this. I really believe that.
Well, Ross said that a long time ago. Yeah. Like the only way your sons are ever going to listen to this is if you die early, and then they'll go back and be like, "Who was my dad?"
Everything I thought Ross had wrong about parenting, he had it right. Almost every single thing I disagreed with him on. Yeah, he was right on almost everything.
So when we're driving, he's like, I hate it. So then I was like, impossible task time. And I was like,
I fucking love this guy. Goddamn.
And so I was like,
you don't know that this guy is obsessed with impossible tasks. He loves giving people. In fact, I need to go back in my memory banks and figure out which ones you've given me, because I know there's some in there.
Well, the thing about the impossible task is that it is possible. And that's the key to the impossible task.
No, like where you have to cut off your own penis and eat it in order to unlock.
No, that's not true. No, the key to the joke and the bullying of the impossible task is to make the task possible, and lots of people can do it. It's just I'm giving it to the person that doesn't have the willpower to do it, and then they're forced to accept that.
It's the impossibleness of the task.
Yeah. Like if you continue to do an awesome job here, you could stay. Like
the chat room likes maybe a reframing of an unlikely task.
Yeah.
Instead of impossible, if it is possible, unlikely. Unlikely,
improbable.
But it's impossible to the person I'm giving it to, and that's what I've always been good at.
It's like unusable magic.
Yeah. It's like, like I said, with the EJ and the 4-hour marathon. That 4-hour marathons, I mean, Will Ferrell did that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, 50-year-old Will Ferrell can do it, but I know EJ doesn't have the fortitude and the discipline to ever do it. And that's what bullying...
Oh, he'll never sign up. I'll go that far. He'll never even sign up digitally. No. He won't even sign up digitally.
It's like telling Seth, like, in next year in 2025...
You got to gain 50 pounds.
No, you can never see a doctor or have any medical tests for 1 year.
Oh, the whole chat room, the whole room laughed at him. Could you do that?
No.
For an amount of money?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
impossible task.
Yeah. That's a completely possible task for any reasonable person. Even
God, I have a lot of impossible tasks.
Our most unhealthy listeners do this already, and they've got cancer in their ass.
They don't care. Yeah.
And they
straight anus.
Yeah. And they will never see a doctor for a year. But Seth can't do it. That's the impossible task. It's easy to do.
Have you been? When's the last time you've been?
Today.
Today is Friday.
I was here Wednesday.
Yeah.
You all right? Everything good?
No, I don't want to talk.
All right. If it gets serious, I don't want to.
There's nothing to say. He's totally healthy. That's the funny part.
No.
It's a mental illness.
I don't know yet.
Oh, no.
Of course. I'll bet you. What do you want to bet? I'll bet you $5,000 you are perfectly healthy right now.
Now,
$5,000.
$10,000.
I will say the worst outcome is that Seth does come in and he's like, it's all tumors, and then you hand over $10,000. And then I'm sitting here like, what the fuck kind of business is this? This shit sucks. Now my friend has tumors, and you're handing him $10K of our business money.
I'll be like, I'll give you this $10K in 6.5 months. Based on the tumors. Anyway. So I gave him an impossible task that I thought was impossible for Tommy to achieve, which was, I said, listen, because I was tired of him like saying, I hate this. I was like, if you bring your math grade up to an A at the end of the semester, I'll let you stop doing karate.
There's not enough time. That's a shitty thing to do.
Wait, so the good thing is him not doing karate?
Well, I'm using. Karate's a punishment.
He truly wants, right? He's yearning, and he wants to quit so bad, and it's the only thing he wants.
So, and I was like, "There's no way," because here's the thing: it's not like I'm teaching him how to be better at math. I don't even understand the goddamn shit he's doing. And then we don't have this tutor yet, and that wasn't a plan back 3 weeks ago. And then I was
would you order it from?
No, I was like
Russia. Hot Russian tutor.
And the reason I thought it was an impossible task is I was like, he's got 3 weeks to bring his grade up from a low C to an A. I was like, by himself.
That doesn't happen. I've seen that. I've seen Saved by the Bell. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. There's no tutoring. We're not helping him do this. He's got to do this completely on his own. And I was like, impossible task.
Yeah.
This is how I'm going to keep it, and then tell him every day we go to.
And going with your logic, you might get the grade to go up just a little bit, and you get to keep karate.
That's what I thought.
So it's a fucking win-win.
Yes, that's the beauty of the impossible task.
I've been with you so long. I do see your logic 100%. I see it.
He's gonna hate everything I tell him to do. He's gonna fucking hate it. What about Max?
Yeah. No, Max likes it. Although he's more in love with his breakdancing.
Yeah, he likes his dancing.
And because of everything that and that got him in running, and then Max is in chorus, and I piled on too much.
But he didn't say he was just like whatever.
No, Max likes it. He enjoys it.
So he needs to bully Tommy into go with me.
Okay, all right.
Well, actually, it's the opposite. Once Max found out Tommy's not going, he's like, I'm playing video games too. So, and then I'm like, well, I'm not taking you. Just one of you.
I'm taking one of you. I'm taking both of you or none of you.
So then, last week, then all of a sudden, we get his report card comes in, and then we open it up and look at it. A in math. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. I was like, what a minute. And then me and Crystal was like, what? It was like, no way. And so
I wish he had gone to his teacher and said, like, look, I don't want to do karate, so if you just give me an A here,
How did he get, what the heck?
We went, Crystal got a parent-teacher meeting.
She called a meeting
last week because she's like, there's no, like, something's wrong with this. She's like, they just gave him an A because they were just like, just let him. So
he does have your scheming gene, though. It does sound like a Tom Van scheming gene, right? It's in there. I feel like it's in there.
Crystal went to the teacher and was talking to him, and she was like, "Yeah, he brought up his grades. Like we saw a complete turnaround. All of a sudden, like he started passing.
Yeah, he's suddenly amazing in math. In fact, he's one of the greatest mathematicians we've seen at Castleberry Elementary. Apparently, he's been holding all the knowledge up there and just not giving us anything because." He hates karate more than math.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And then so I go to Tommy. I was like, you did it. Yeah. How'd you do it? And he's like, I did it.
I was like, that's how much I hate karate, Dad.
You should really do. You're still going.
No. And then that asshole does. So now I have to honor my bets because that's all I know how to do is honor my. And then I'm like, well, and then now I'm like,
double or nothing. Like you have to do. Something else.
I say,
no, not that you can't get out that fast.
No, I tell him, like, well, if your grades drop below an A, you're going back to karate.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And so then I was like, that's a new business model for Seth.
Since you're using my karate, you're still paying, just so you know.
Oh, yeah, he does. He knows he's still paying.
And that's a good business model for Seth is have people bring their kids, and they hate it so much that then
do you want to improve your child's grades?
But then you threaten
not the way you think
that if you bring your grades up, you'll never have to go again. They'll do it.
Oh, this is bullshit.
This is why I'm not even insulting Seth's gym or his dojo because he does. It's just
I don't
Tommy,
think it's his thing.
It's just not his thing. And I do feel bad as a parent because I'm sure most really good parents that are, Tiger Woods' dad is like, just take him anyway, force him,
I mean, I don't know. I don't like telling any parent what to do, like how to do anything, because everybody does their own thing. So it's just like, whatever.
Yeah, but I think, when you were going to karate, Seth, you see the kids the kids that gravitate towards it and like it and enjoy the learning process, and that's what you want.
But the difference between then and now is no matter what, we had to do it back then. Parents forced us to do it.
Yeah.
Fucking discipline.
yeah. Well, did they force you, or did you just want to go?
I did. I was a different one. I loved it, but
yeah. So you're like Maisie. So I was talking to Andrea about this last night. We were talking about May because we were talking about that. Yeah. We've been joking around about the karate thing because you will come in and say like he still hates it. And I'm like, oh man,
hate is a bad word.
Well, it's not his thing. It's not because of anything you guys are doing. It's just some things aren't your thing. But I was talking about that, and Andrea is correct. I don't think I've ever had to tell Maisie to ever go to dance or anything. It's just that's kind of like you in karate. It's like
kids liked it.
It just lines up. It's just her thing. But I will tell you, there have been other things we've tried to do. Like down here, there's a gymnasium down here that does like gymnastics. And if I were to put her in that right now, she'd be like pissed. It's like, I'm not going there. I hate that place. That one down there, I don't want to say their name.
The gymnastics place?
Yeah, they don't deserve it.
You think it's like...
she hates that place, man, and for literally no reason. And she loves gymnastics. I'm like, why don't you you want to try that? No. She's like, I can't go there.
And it's kind of the same thing as dancing. There's, a floor work is kind of like...
Also, I think kids are really opinionated. I think they're they know what they... Even more so than we are as adults. Yeah. I'm more apt to just be like, oh, okay, this is fun, and just ride out anything. Kids, they'll speak up and say, like, I don't know if this is what I want to do.
So anyway, they will never be back. I'm just telling you on the show. I can't tell you that in real life. I have to tell you on the show. Maybe if Tommy's grades drop, but I'm pretty sure he's like, I'm trying now.
I'm Mr. Math now.
Does Max have like an Instagram or a Facebook or something like that? I'm going to mention,
put it out there.
Hey, tell your dad you want to come to karate. I'll give you candy every day you come. Max may come back. I really did get him into too much because I got into
you're obsessed with they got to do something,
Yeah, but then I got it too much where now it's hindering my life. Every morning I'm waking up at 6 a.m.
Max does like 5 different things, right? He's doing like
chorus,
double. He's doing double breakdancing, chorus. And then something, isn't he doing something else? Running.
Our cross country and chorus and running.
So is Tommy not going to do anything physical then? Like, what is he?
No, I did say that we at least got
capoeira.
You got to run.
He started doing capoeira.
I did.
Are you familiar with capoeira?
Yeah.
You couldn't kick anybody's ass with that, right?
No.
Capoeira?
Yeah.
Because you're ready to do it, and then people come up and like, hold on a second, let me get my drums before we fight.
Yeah.
All right, lay down a beat. I'm going to kick your ass.
I tried to use that as a motivation for Tommy. I'm like, you're going to middle school. Like, what if there's some bullying?
Yeah, Tenacious D with karate, I'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
He loves that.
He watches the anime all day, which is weird. I was like, the anime does it. And he's like, I could never learn that.
I can't be right. They're magical. They're magical wizards.
Yeah. And then he's like, at the middle school, like, Castleberry Tyreek Hill will beat me up all the time. These air punches aren't doing nothing. Just slam my head. And then I'm like, I can't argue with it. I'm like, you're probably right.
No, you're not right.
I'm just saying.
I don't know how to throw a straight punch to the guy's face.
Kia!
Yeah.
End up in a trash can.
It's called bird bones. I'm like,
well, that's why we do knuckle push-ups and squat kicks to get their muscles better.
Anyway, we'll see what happens.
That's hilarious.
So Seth.
Yep.
When do you get done with your home and everything?
There's no day. It's right now. It was gutted. It's like 90% gutted, but now it's getting reframed all the inside. So everything was out.
So it's going to take a minute.
Yes. Yeah. The electric was just all ripped out. All new electric just went in. It's almost done. I'm almost done with that.
Are you staying in your current home?
Yeah, I'm just living in my house.
And then if that one sells, will you move to an Airbnb?
Yeah, for like a couple months.
Gotcha.
And then,
that's cool, man.
But again, after this, I have 3 phases. This is the first phase that I can afford. After this phase, I got to hold off until I sell my house and then finish the next couple phases.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've never had a project that was big enough to have phases. Most of my projects are like, I can get them done in an afternoon. Like a Saturday. Like,
yeah.
Let's paint a wall.
I hope this doesn't happen, but I do enjoy when someone does an insane amount of work for a dream of theirs.
Yeah,
and they finally get to the place, and then they have to, split up their dream
yes.
in a court proceeding or
that doesn't happen. No,
I love that. Oh, what dream home broken family? I love that.
Anyway, so Seth also told me, I was like, "You're coming out to our beer fest tomorrow?" And Seth's like, "No."
Where's Tracy? You got to send some of your boys.
How he left a long time.
You got to get another assistant.
Yeah, I know. That's what Tracy's been doing.
I know, but
we got Jackal. Jackal's working there for free. By the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
He's like, you have a homeless kicking and punching man.
No, I teach him weapons for free.
You get some free weapons.
For all the family gets weapons. He got kicked in the face by a 67-year-old yesterday. He probably want me to say that. He literally just texted me on the way here. He's like, I can't believe how fast that old guy was.
The old man kicked him.
Old man just reverse kicked him. I heard a smack and I looked and I saw the guy's feet coming off from his face.
Oh, damn.
I'm glad you brought that up because this is what I wanted to talk to Seth about. So, did you watch the Mike Tyson fight?
I watched the highlights and there's only 2 minutes and 10 seconds of highlights, so that says something about the whole fight.
Okay, yeah.
You saw the pulled punch, though, that everybody's been...
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of them, but there's one real...
That's why I didn't watch it on purpose. I didn't want to give it any views because I knew it was going to be shady.
Yeah,
now,
it was.
Do you think that Tyson tried?
Not the full Tyson amount, no. It was a hard sparring match.
Yeah, so it was...
Just like all the other celebrity fights.
So then, what I've been seeing, like, floating around the internet is just calling Tyson old and kind of making... The old drunkie the bear is making fun of the person for fighting an old man. They're like, Jake Paul beat an old man. But I'm just like, that doesn't tell the whole story because Tyson's 58. And I understand that's old for if you're a professional boxer, but it's not old enough to make you decrepit. And then I started thinking of...
I don't think he was decrepit.
Seth, in 10 years, is going to be 58. Roundabout. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be 45 in 2 weeks.
Okay, so
that'll put me at 55.
So 13 years, he'll be Mike Tyson's age. And I feel like in 13 years, you're not going to be decrepit in 13 years. You're going to be
you're not.
A little bit slower than
in the grave.
Now.
You'll probably be a little skinnier, and but you'll probably look pretty much the same with a little more gray.
Yeah,
that's it.
I hope.
No, I can't see because of your nutrition is so effing dialed in, dude. Like I don't see him.
I got way high B6. I got to dial it down.
You're gonna dial your B6? I don't even know what that does. What does the B6 do?
It kills your neurons in your body. Which
kills your neurons. I didn't even know I had neurons.
Yeah, neurons.
I don't know what I have.
It's been high for a long time. I'm trying to get off. I'm weaning off of it.
You're getting off neurons?
B6.
So do you think, Seth, that when you're 58, how good are you going to be? I feel like you'll be.
If I'm still doing what I'm doing now, if I'm in my routine of what I do every day, as long as nothing big health happens, I should be the same.
How are your hemorrhoids? How are your hemorrhoids?
They've been gone for a while because I don't lift heavy anymore.
All right.
Yeah. So the age factor at 58 for an athlete or a fighter is not really. I mean, obviously you can't compete.
Well, what are you arguing that
my speed?
Not that old.
I'll be slower for sure.
I agree. Like, well, the younger people love to say it's the exaggeratory. Like, oh, look at that dumb old man. You know what I mean? It is. But no, most of the people, especially most of the influencers that are even calling him that, aren't in, like, they're disgusting inside. Like,
Did you saw Butterbean called him out and said, I'll give you $2 million or I'll put up $2 million as a purse if we fight. He'll never do it. But Butterbean's like, I think he's like 56 or something.
No, that guy,
fat as hell.
Butterbean got fat as hell.
But he would actually try his hardest.
And then he went and he did one of those things. It's a thing online for if you were like a fighter or a wrestler or something to get like super fat and decrepit, and then Diamond Dallas Page will ask you to come to his house. I'm serious. This is what happened to Butterbean.
The yoga thing.
And he'll ask you to come to his house, and you do YRG, yoga for guys or whatever he calls it. DDP yoga or whatever. There's different names now. And then he'll get you to do that, and then he'll get you eating right, and then you'll lose a lot of weight, and then you'll start moving around, and then he'll use you to try and get more people to use the program. And that's what he did with Butterbean. But Butterbean still, like, Butterbean was one of those guys where he was, like his spine was fused, and he was like hunched over, and he couldn't straighten himself out. And I know what that feels like. It's from like your back or from like your hips. But like he lost some weight, and then he got a little bit better. Tyson would beat the shit out of Butterbean.
Well, no, he called out Jake Paul.
Oh, Jake Paul beat the shit out of Butterbean. Anybody would beat the shit out of Butterbean. He's in really bad shape.
Because he put up, he probably just threw that out there on social media.
He could barely walk. Like, he's literally like, like real bad.
So Seth, now you did say that you've been busy. You're leaving here a little bit early.
Yeah.
But what are you doing this weekend?
Well, just tomorrow I have the two showings. The open house. The house is a disaster from all the basement crap. Everything needs to be done, like cleaned. Put away, everything. It's a disaster. My brother's away. I'm watching my nephew. I have to pick up my nephew today. I'm watching him. My babysitter is sick for Vera. I don't have any help from Tracy at the dojo. I got to be at the dojo. It's just literally stacked upon
God, Tracy, what the hell?
Just lots
I don't
of
get any help from Tracy.
The dojo is...
And I don't have any motivation to go because I got lied to last time.
You got what?
No, I didn't get lied to, but there was we'll be there, and there's nobody show. Yeah.
Oh, he's talking about the beer fest. Him promoting, like setting up a tent.
I'm not setting up a whole tent. I'll go and just hang out for the but I'm not setting up a whole fucking tent for...
Oh, nobody came by?
No, of course not.
Well, that's what businesses do. You go out there and market yourself.
I get it.
I mean, it's boom or bust, right? Like, I mean,
but it's about a 10 buster every time I do stuff. 10 times.
You need some hot ladies with a low cut gi, right?
Okay.
I'm just saying, like you get them, and then you have them work your tent. And then I guarantee you get some people signing up.
I get people to come over all the time, but they just I'll fall for.
I like the fact that Seth runs his dojo like a Chinese restaurant, and will eventually have his daughter working there, your wife's working there, your whole family.
Yeah. It's like I'll go in Seth's dojo, I'll look in the corner, and there will be his daughter doing her homework. You ever been to a Chinese restaurant? You look in the corner and the kids doing their homework. That's how you know the fucking food's going to be bomb. It's going to be awesome food. Yeah, there's a chef in there, and he knows if the family works there, the food's great.
Yeah.
Last week, Tracy was behind the desk with Vera in her arm, signing a waiver for some guy that came in to try it out.
That's how you know it's a good dojo. You take this Asian thing far, far for a round eye.
So
can I say that? Can I call him a round eye?
Yeah, you can.
Stinking round eye. That's a great insult. Fucking round eye.
Short round.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too, for fat little guys like me.
So I saw the movie Wicked last night, right?
Oh.
And so I'm not going to spoil anything, but it was because my sister-in-law wanted to do it for her 30th birthday, see Wicked, and then go out to dinner at like a fancy...
You guys are some sassy bitches on the town, right? Like,
I was the only guy there.
God, we're going to see Wicked, and then we're going to Maymac, and I'm going to have myself a gummy bear margarita.
And then I also like how all the women think that I'm so uncultured and stupid.
They also think you're stupid. I'm glad you said stupid.
That I'm going to not appreciate Wicked and hate on it, or like it'd be like musical there, and then like even Crystal's like, "Are you doing okay?" I'm just like,
"How you doing, little bumpkin? You okay? Do you understand what's happening? Do you understand that this is Wizard of Oz, a different adaptation? Do you understand?"
I didn't know what that was. I was no clue what you guys were
talking about. Do you need any more snacks?
Seth is there, he knows.
Do you need some more? Do you need a potty break or some snacks?
And I am like that. I just hate that everybody knows that. And, but I can appreciate
it's like Sling Blade hates that everybody knows he's Sling Blade, right? I know what I am. I know what I am.
And so I'm watching it, and then it ends, and then
Alphabet flies into the sky.
Everybody, well, I'm not going to say that.
Jesus Christ! This story's been out for fucking forever.
And I after the movie, all the Crystal came up to me. She's like, "How'd you enjoy it?"
Did you fall asleep?
And I'm like, why did the flying monkeys follow her? There's no explanation behind that.
Why did she have an army? She had an army of monkeys.
No, we saw the flying monkeys, and they were chasing her, but then all of a sudden, now they just followed her?
Right.
I'm like, why didn't they explain that? And then she's like, you can't do anything fun. Why would you question everything? Oh, this is what's wrong with your brain.
You can't even suspend disbelief for some flying monkeys.
Who watches that movie and then questions why the flying monkeys are following her now? Only you.
I mean, I probably would have done that. I mean, and I've only seen the Broadway thing. I've never seen I saw it at Dr. Phillips. I haven't seen the movie.
And then I looked it up, and they're like, oh, they follow her because she has the golden hat, and that gives them power. Like, the internet tells me something man. Like, they never put that in the movie. Just, throw it in there to make the story, make sense. And not have people wonder why the hell them flying monkeys
There's more to it than that, but the chat room is, and I just read it. I'm not gonna repeat it, because what I would say would spoil something if you haven't seen it. So
yeah. I mean, that's not what Google said, because I thought of that like, oh, they're following her because she's the one that gave them the thing. Anyway,
right.
So it's pretty good. I'll rank it. What is it? Hamilton #1, Wicked 2. Of all the musicals,
I don't think Hamilton ages well because of the rapping. Hey, rapping and we're rapping and we're rapping and we're rapping.
Yeah, but at least there's rap, and I like that. Okay. The regular singing is, I like rap better.
Government and wigs. What do you do?
I'll go Hamilton, Wicked, Rent, Mamma Mia, Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah, that's it.
I took you and your wife to Rent, which was a bad idea. I was like, hey, you guys want to go to this AIDS musical?
No, it's above Phantom of the Opera. That stunk.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to.
You ever been to a musical? No. You like music, though.
I do. I
think you would like it.
I would go, I guess. I just never.
I think you would like it. All in all, you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good. Good story. And I could see why people liked it for so long. I never understood.
Are there any boobs in it?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's a shame. No monkey boobs, nothing like that?
Nothing.
Any jokes that you didn't expect to see in there?
Yeah, it's standard musical. Yeah, I'm like, it's about what you expect.
Goldblum, how's he do?
He did pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds
pretty average.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a musical guy.
Thing. Yeah. Like, if you're into musicals, I think people are going to fucking love it.
Yeah. The people that loved it, like my wife,
did your
women,
wife
they all cried.
and her sister cry?
Oh, yeah, they loved every second of it. I was just standing there looking at it, wondering about different, like, why they pick, of all colors, yellow. The lady should have picked pink. That's her color. They do it. That's what I think about the whole time. About the loop.
This whole thing's wrong.
I just, I'm like, the story, I'm like,
I like that.
Getting the holes in the story. Anyway. What do you want to talk about next?
I didn't know if you wanted. I didn't know if you wanted to take a break.
Okay, yeah. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
I know Seth has got to leave.
Yeah, I got to go pick up my nephew.
Do you have any parting words, Seth? Anything? How's fatherhood treating you?
It's good. Like I said before we started, she'll be a year in 2 weeks. It's crazy. Time flew. Like insane. Yeah,
I haven't seen her ride the Hellcat that we made for her yet.
Oh, it's funny you say that. Oh, okay. So I sold the Hellcat, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So
what'd you end up getting for it?
What I wanted, it was close to
your price.
Close to my price.
Yeah, like 65 or something.
Who
like that?
buys something like that?
Oh, the dealership bought it back for me, but I knew the guy at the dealership, and he hooked me up pretty good. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, the little tool shed area where
you got screwed for sure. The dealership. They give you the worst deal. I don't know if anybody knows. Like, no offense to dealerships out there, but if you are going to the dealership for car repair or for trade-in, then it's the worst deal.
Trade, sometimes they can help you more. I would disagree with that, because I've been before where I'm given a vehicle and they're going to
they're making you buy another vehicle.
Correct. They are, but
they're not giving you cash.
No.
Yeah. Well, I could have got more if I would have held out for an individual buyer, but I didn't have time, so I sold it. Anyway, cleaning out the tool shed room, there's a disaster in there from like all like my tools and everything over, so I made it all nice for the open house. I did that yesterday, and the little mini Hellcat the Challenger is sitting in there. So I'm like, I don't know if I can do this fucking thing. So
your daughter's gonna ride it.
It has water in it.
I mean, water. I think if I had a friend who basically canceled his karate classes, I'd probably punt it in the trash and video myself punting it into the trash.
I was gonna do some sort of funny video and send it to you, but I decided to okay, I'm gonna keep this because I am gonna have beer in it and ride it. So
yeah,
it's fine. It's a whole nice. Everything's nice and clean, and then I have that thing sitting there. It's in the way, but I'm
batteries all waterlogged.
No, it's fine. There was just a little water in the seat.
The whole idea was to have the Hellcat driving and then her driving next to it in a social media video. That's all I was waiting for.
Not enough time.
Things happen.
Yeah. You just
not enough time.
You go run her down to the dealership.
Yeah. You're desperate for money, so you sold it for anything you can get for it.
Yeah.
And then you're just trying to. get yourself out of the financial hole you've dug for yourself. That's the
truth of it. Didn't sell Vera's Challenger. I'm surprised you didn't sell it.
I could always Photoshop the one I took a picture of the two next. I could put it right in there.
Photoshop her in it. Well, why does that have water in it? No.
Because this whole house leaks. You've been talking about this. Everything.
It was in the basement for a little bit.
So, when does your daughter start karate? Is she walking already?
Are you already
she's
trying?
No, she walks. So I let go. She'll take like 3 or 4 steps to Tracy, 3 or 4 steps to me. So she's doing it. Just she needs to go like on her like more than 3 or 4 steps. Not so much. But she'll walk around the whole like nonstop. One hand walking around with one of my hands around the whole house. Like,
she's close.
Nonstop.
Well, I just thought with you and Tracy's genetics, she'd be walking by now.
Yeah,
no big deal. I've seen other babies there. They got. I've seen Asian babies on the internet. They're walking at 6 months.
Have you seen the?
They're twirling a yo-yo.
Have you seen the Asian baby in the diaper that can break dance?
Yes.
And then everybody's like, they're just putting a diaper on a man. It is so funny.
No, what she can do is pick up stuff with her toes.
No, really?
It's amazing. She's got looks like she has my feet. I feel bad for her, but she can literally everything's on the ground. She messes with it. She kicks balls. She grabs it with her toes and she can pick it up like grips with her toes.
Oh, that's cool.
She got your grip toes.
Yeah. She got my grip toes.
My
Those
wife
are
can
monkey
do that.
toes.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife can grab stuff with her toes. One time, Andrea grabbed the head of my penis with her toes. It's like it hurt.
It's hot.
It is kind of hot. I think about it now. At the time, it hurt, but a gentle touch was not bad.
All right,
You want to take a little break?
Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to Zoom call Tuttle.
Are you sure you want to do
that? and then talk to him about the couch races. And then we'll talk to our couch racing team. And then we've got a bunch of stuff. You see, Jay Leno fell down a mountain, and he's all purple. He's half purple now. that motherfucker's tough as hell. He's setting himself on fire, falling down. So what is he doing around mountains that he's falling down?
Yeah. He's a crazy guy. The name of the band is Mercury. Mercury, not Mercury. Mercury. The name of the song is Swarm the Hive Mind. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-844-TOM-NDAN. Show at tomanddan.com for emails. We will be right back.
StreamlineFlorida.com. That's the website for Streamline Mortgage Solutions. That's the website that'll have Brian Zeimel's cell phone number on there under the Tom and Dan logo. Yeah. Click on that, and you could text him or call him for any questions mortgage related, and he'll let you know. I know the Fed is slowly dropping the interest rates.
I don't trust the Fed.
And the interest rates are going to be going down, and they're currently going down. Yeah. So now's the time to plan with Brian.
Yeah, I know you probably get tired of hearing us say that, but the only way that you're going to be able to do what you want to do if you want to get a house or sell your home is to start a plan now while things are sort of bubbling.
Or refi if you actually bought a house from the past 2 years when the interest rates were the highest. Like maybe Brian's like, all right, this spring you should refi and get a better rate, and then, adjust your rate because that'll be the best for business for your life.
Sure.
And then maybe it isn't. But Brian will tell you, and he'll tell you for free. You can just talk to him and be like, you'll get the information, you'll give it to him, and he'll be like, all right,
Andrea and I, we did the refi deal, but we also had to wait 2 years to do it. It
wasn't a good time.
It wasn't a good time, and Brian kept us on file, and he did exactly what you're saying. And then one day we just got a call from him, and he was like, "Okay,
now's the time.
Now is the time." So that is the best way to do it. Get yourself a plan and get a hold of Brian Zeimel. It's Streamline Mortgage, StreamlineFlorida.com. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan. Sorry, I told you to bring us back, and then I did it. So
that's fine.
I apologize.
Of course, we have the Beer Fest tomorrow and Sofas and Suds on Sunday. And riding on the couch this year for Sofas and Suds. Now, here's what happened. Now, I got to line this guy up here. Hold on. Yeah, keep talking. Yeah, you're fine. Every radio show host has some, people around their life that they go to ask for favors, and then it's kind of like usually you have a limo driver that he drives you around to some promotions, and then you've got a couple guys that will pick you up if you're ever too drunk to drive.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like not really minions, but just people that you go to help you out. Mine, and I have a lot of these, and then one of them is Carl Tully, and he put together the team last year, and I went to him this year, and then he's like, I think my mulling days are done.
Yeah, he's a different guy. He's kind of a different guy now.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't do it this year. I hurt my back or something, and then I think it's, because you use the people too much, and then they get tired. They're like, I'm tired of helping this guy.
Well, we do call out a lot of favors. I don't know if you noticed this, but to pack the bags, we used to get more volunteers.
It's
waning.
Eventually it gets down to nobody.
Eventually it's just me.
But that's the natural life of a radio show.
It's just me and you and Jesus, so that's it.
There's always a couple diehards. They're ride or die.
You can count on Jesus. Love that guy.
And then so Tully they passed me off to Clayton, who's going to be my new go-to minion that I asked.
I got to put. Okay, there he is. There's Clayton. Look, Clayton is a tall drink of water. That's a country man.
Clayton, big.
Good Lord, that's a pig farmer man. Goddamn pig farmer. Wow. All right, there's Clayton. Let me get some of the other guys. This is who is this gentleman on the couch? This is Jim. Tim. This is Tim. Tim, the longshoreman. Then we have the beach party chef.
Yep.
Then we have Crazy Loose Cannon out of towner, Ohio. We have Skibbity, Ohio. And then we have Pig Farmer.
So
kick your ass, Pig Farmer. Kill you.
Big shit kicking boots.
Exactly.
Ripped. He's telling me, he's like, all my kids play tackle football.
All my kids, even the girls are on testosterone.
And they feed the pigs at 8 a.m. I'm like, God damn, you're cuckolding me.
Tom, I heard you talk about your boy can't even go to 10 karate 10 times, and my 8-year-old killed a chicken and cooked it yesterday.
Every morning I'm hand serving my son's egg sandwich while they watch anime. And they have a tray in front of them sitting on a goddamn playroom couch.
Now we do have another guest via Zoom. And I'll put him up. There he is.
So then they told me, they're like, we want Tuttle to be the driver of the couch. So anytime you get Tuttle involved, you're asking for a bunch of
craziness.
That's the point.
So
Tuds, welcome. How are you, Tuds?
Hey guys, how are you?
Good to see you, man. You look great. Did you get a haircut for the content house?
Actually, I'm going later today. I wanted to get the haircut. I'm going with the 90s, long on the top, kind of shaved on the side.
Shaving underneath. Yeah, like a Hooters fry cook. Like you're back there with that big metal and you're turning, you're flipping the wings.
So Tuttle, I did see you in some video the other night. Bubba the Love Sponge is there. It's nighttime.
Did you see the trailer where Bubba the Love Sponge, the girl's like, you need to do your power and what you do in the community, or like drop it in the community. He's like, I got to drop something in the toilet. Have you seen that video?
That was my friend Addie. My friend Addie came over. Friend Addie came over from Tampa. She did a yoga lesson and tarot card readings.
And then Bubba the Love Sponge took a big mega shit in the toilet.
Yeah, Bubba fell during yoga. He was trying to get into downward dog position, and he kind of tipped over.
Fell over, landed some shit, got some shit on my McGillicuddy.
Like Jay Leno with a purple.
Did he fall 60 feet and now he wears a patch on his eye and looks like a supervillain?
So, Tuttle, how is the content house going? I saw that you were sleeping in a tent, and all I could think, I was like, oh my God.
He's doing it. He's doing it.
This is a job for like
a 50-year-old man.
No. It's like for
this is a job.
Teenage interns that want to get into radio.
No. This is a job for the world's greatest stuntman, Tuttle, Patrick Fowler.
So did you...
Tom, you laugh at me now. You've been laughing at me for decades. Right to my face as a friend.
No.
I'm telling you.
Oh, this is where he kills you.
After Sunday, you will be laughing no more.
He always kills you on Sunday. That's awesome. I've always wanted to be standing on stage while one of my very good friends is shot like Dimebag Darrell. It's like Pantera.
All right, couch racing team.
Yeah, you guys can keep your chatter down.
We're doing a show here.
You guys are they're excited. Pig farmer, kick their ass.
So Tuttle,
Pig farmer is my right hand liege. Pig farmer, we got to keep these guys in line. We need discipline. We are going to come for blood on Sunday. It's checkers or wreckers for everybody.
Checkers or wreckers? That's good. I like that.
So now Daniel, he just like, oh, did you hear what they're planning?
I did like.
And then I'm like, what are you talking about?
I did not do it like I didn't. Like, oh, hey, did you hear?
And then I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh no, I'm not gonna tell you. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
I'm not telling him shit.
And I'm like, I just need you to.
Yeah, I'm not telling him shit. I know all the shit, but I'm not telling you nothing.
We just needed someone to push the couch.
We need somebody to drive the couch.
It has to be larger in life. If you're going to include me in something, I'm taking over. It needs to be larger than life. We will be remembered on Sunday.
Oh yeah! I hope you're shitting in a bucket as they're pushing you down the street, and you're shitting in a bucket like a Homer bucket.
So, Tuttle, back to Content House. Did you sleep in the tent that night?
Yes, I did. And Colton, little did I know, because it was kind of chilly that night.
He fucked me in my ass.
He would not leave the tent, so he just pissed out the front of the tent door.
Yeah, that's what you do.
So he did that, but in the middle of the night, I got one of those grandpa leg cramps that you get while you're sleeping.
I get those, yeah.
And it was so bad, I couldn't stand up because of the cramp and the tent. Little did I know, I had to army crawl through Colton's piss at the front door to get out there, and then I finally walked it off. And
that wasn't all you were crawling through. I came out there and took a big McGillicuddy shit. That's my Bubba the Love Sponge.
So what's happening at the Content House?
Are you there now? No, you're not there now.
No, I'm not. No, that was all last weekend. We played dodgeball out front. We did the yoga stuff. We did that. We also did the boxing where I ended up fighting two women at the same time.
Oh my God, you knocked their titties out?
Well, no, they had Bubba likes to usually give them dildos and potato mitts. You know, the ones that you wipe the skin off of potatoes with.
No, I don't know what you're talking.
They're like real gritty sandpaper gloves, so they can scratch the hell out of you with them.
And he gave the women scratchy gloves and dildos, and they're going to try to dildo your ass.
No, they were trying to beat me, but I knocked the first one out, and then went into the end of the first round, but she gave up at the end.
And then
was this on TikTok? I didn't see it.
How can we see this?
No, we filmed that for a little bit of the Bubba Army app, so the full movie will be up later today.
All right,
I'll be there. I swear to God, I've never been this excited for anything.
Do you feel bad? Like, who are these women that you're fighting?
They're like drug addicts, right? Like Tampa, you're fighting Tampa drug addicts.
Yes.
No, it was two listeners of the show.
Yeah, but Tampa drug addicts. That's what. Let's back to Tampa drug addicts.
Are they? Do they know how to box at all? Or are you just beating up?
No.
Two drug addicts just showing up. Do they know what's happening?
And you guys were like on the front lawn of like a Champions Gate rental home, right?
Yeah, it was a very, very nice place. What was the great thing about it is that
did you get laid?
In the tent, no, I did not get laid. I did sleep out in the tent, and it was cooler because the Airbnb, they would not let us set the air below 75. So Bubba, kind of being a bigger guy, maybe was sweating a little bit inside. And, like the tent was a good area besides the piss driveway. And that was it.
Is this one of these Davenport, Brazilian vacation homes?
They rented a Brazilian vacation home, and they shit it up. They went crazy. They're dodgeball. They're doing all kinds of yoga. It wasn't like a nude yoga thing. I thought you guys were doing like an old school 90s sex component.
The association or whatever the hell that runs those Champion Gates places, they didn't come in there and put a stop to it? I'm surprised.
So then on Saturday, we ended up having our meet and greet with the Cash Cube, which was an absolute success with the Cash Cube. But little did we know, there's a Davenport Ale House, and then there is a Miller's Ale House, one exit down.
We told you that. We remember when we were talking about this, we were talking about how you guys rented out the generic ale house.
Yeah, well, some people went to the wrong ale house.
Oh,
so
man.
I had to drive down there.
Come on, guys!
Walk into another business and get them tell them to leave that business to go to the other one.
Oh, I love this. Is old school real radio. Like you drive, come on, guys, you're at the wrong spot. Come on.
So I was able to do that. We had the cash cube, and it was filled with $5,000.
That's $1,000 more than you told us last time we talked.
Yeah. So there were 10 $100 bills in there, and then they kind of like increased it. There were like maybe $40, $50 bills, and then a lot more 20s, and down on and so on and so on. What do you think the most that one person was able to get in the cash cube after 15 seconds?
Now, they weren't allowed to do the move I see on the internet where you just
lift your shirt up and everything flies under.
The shirt. You could use the shirt.
Oh, you
just
could
not trap things against the wall.
Yeah, because that's what they do. That's the trick. If you go against the wall, then all the money will just pile up because it'll like get sucked into the corner.
Yeah, you got to know like physics,
So I'm guessing maybe $1,500.
No, I mean, it wasn't that much. The most was $297.
Wow, that's not bad.
I mean, $5,000 floating around, someone only got $200.
I feel like I could do better than that, but then I've never been in one of those.
No, it was $297 is what I said.
Yeah.
So $297 was that, but you also got to realize there was about maybe 10 to 12 people that got an opportunity to do it. So thank God they weren't getting over 1,000 at a time.
Right. Well, that's happened before. I mean, if you change the rules.
Does the sponsor get the leftover money back, or do you guys split it?
I think you got to run it until all the money's gone.
Does Love Sponge get the pocket that?
No, I had to go in. I had to all the leftover bills. I had to separate them all into denomination. I had to make sure that they were all facing the same way, and they all had to be stacked from largest to biggest. So I had to do that. That was a lot of work to be able to get that down, and then deflate the cash cube. Then get the
tough ass job, man.
Broke down.
What broke down?
The leaf blowers, because we powered the cash cube with
Oh, you didn't rent one? This is like some bullshit. Like you guys made
one.
Oh, you made one. Oh God.
So
what happened to the days when you guys would buy those things? Remember, you'd buy the light up ones, and it's all plexiglass and stuff.
Not real radio.
So Tuttle.
No, radios is we'd make one too. We're not buying one. We don't have a kind of money. I mean, Bubba the Love Sponge got more money than we got.
So Tuttle, going back to the sofa races this Sunday, I'm just asking.
Here's our team again. There they are.
Please don't do anything too crazy.
Yes, guy. No, yes. Wait, what do you mean?
Because this is not a cash cube scenario.
This is not
It's not a army crawl through the pee-pee. This is
not a shit bucket scenario.
It's a family event.
I would laugh though if you were riding a shit bucket, like throwing shit into the audience.
You think you're better than me, Tom?
No, I'm just saying there's kids there.
Oh, he definitely thinks he's better than you.
No, don't. And I just, we don't need any sort of event where all of a sudden I have to have some meeting.
You have to have a talk with your crazy nerd friend.
There's Sanford, the sponsors. They're like, what is this? There's like, this is a mental illness.
What's this guy doing?
So it's like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Test me then. Give me a scenario and ask me, do you think, all right, Tuttle, if such and such happened, would this be acceptable or not acceptable?
No, just steer the couch and then have the pig farmer and his friends push you. And then that's it.
Just keep it a regular day. It's a regular old Saturday.
And then we're like, the Tom and Ann couch. And you're like, I want you guys to try to win, but it's just like, I don't need any elaborate bits going. I don't need you.
Wait a minute. Hey, aren't we supposed to have fun at this event?
Yeah.
Yeah, but good, clean fun.
Aren't we supposed
Good,
to,
clean fun, not Tampa shit shack fun. There's a different animal.
Yeah.
Don't you want your people, the city of Sanford, to be like talking about this event?
They already are. And it's a booze fest, and they hate it. They hate it, and they hate us. And they don't want us there.
No, they just want a regular event, like all this year.
It's a good, clean fun.
Yeah. Like one year.
Oh, it's getting stale.
Yeah, one year we had the MAGA locker up guys. They like that, actually.
Hillary Clinton with a Hillary Clinton mask and she's in jail. And I was like, come on, what the fuck are you guys? It's like,
we don't need any of that. Just good, clean fun. Just keep it nice.
So I'm just, asking Tuttle, friend to friend, and you say I'm I'm not looking down on anything you do. I don't.
No, you are.
I think I want you to be the most legendary,
I am.
stunt man.
I'm going to be. And you closeted CrossFit dudes, they're going to be out there pushing the carts and stuff. Don't get in my way.
He called him, what is a closeted CrossFit? Are you calling their sexuality into question?
Come on.
You can read into it all you want to.
I like that. This guy's shots fired.
Sweating with a bunch of dudes all the time.
So, Clayton, let's talk to you for a second. Now, Clayton, you're the head of the team, obviously the biggest dude. You're the, real
Goddamn
man,
right I am.
pig farmer. Now,
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't quit karate. I ain't never quit nothing in my life, you piece of shit.
Clayton was standing there telling me, all my sons, they know they're black belts in jiu-jitsu.
My wife's pregnant right now, and the baby's in the tummy's already doing goddamn jiu-jitsu.
But I'm like, they like it, though, right? And he's like, no, they hate it at first. I forced them to go, and that's gave them the discipline to be real men.
I'm not weak like you.
They're already working.
I stand up to my boy. I don't let my boys tell me they don't want to go to karate. I'm a goddamn pig farmer, badass American.
My sons get up like 5 in the morning, feed the pigs. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, that doesn't have any. I talk to all my friends. They're all the same. They play Roblox. Lazy. That's what you guys are the outliers.
I asked Maisie this morning. I go, when's the last time you've been on Roblox? She's like, it's got to be 6 months. She hates it.
That's all outliers. Everybody just Roblox. Anyway, so Clayton.
His sons wake up and listen to Toby Keith.
Not bad.
Are you going
to
push the couch in those cowboy boots? Are you? Okay, so
I got running shoes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because he's tough doesn't mean he's fast.
Now, do you know what Tuttle has planned? Is this something that you guys all planned out?
All together.
I set up a Zoom meeting. I set up a Zoom meeting.
We did a Zoom meeting the other day and talked about this.
Okay, so y'all did a Zoom meeting.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to have footage of that.
I recorded it.
Jesus Christ.
It's about as good as the TND Discord during COVID.
Oh, you guys are at work and a Zoom meeting about a couch.
All right, guys,
let's talk. That is honestly what happened.
So now, and I still don't know what the plan is, and I want to keep it a secret because
you're not going to know.
We're not going to tell you.
I'm a little nervous about what's going to happen because Tuttle's involved and Tuttle goes hard.
Well, why don't you ask his right-hand man if you have reason to be worried?
I mean, the only thing you know about is the bear suit for Tuttle. He's going to wear it while he drives the couch.
Well, I thought that
and
was
that's paying homage to you. That's all.
I thought that was the craziest thing. I was like, I can bring.
That's not the craziest.
Yeah.
Is it an homage?
It gets better.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to just make a pure mockery.
Okay, so now this is when, I guess, the Riddler lays his foil, lays his plan.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so...
well, this part I don't know about. I knew about the other part, and then, obviously, now you know about the other part, but anything else that Tuttle has up his sleeve, I don't know about now, because I knew about the bear suit. I thought that was the big reveal, but... Nope.
And you won't until it's too late.
So
it's already done. You can always ask for forgiveness, right?
Well, I appreciate you guys pushing the couch.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Clayton.
Appreciate
thank you
to
all of the team, and thanks to Tuttle for agreeing to steer the couch. I hope that everything goes. You guys.
I promise you, boys, I'm going to lead you to glory.
Well, it's Tuddle's birthday on Sunday.
If we're not going to
it's Tuddle's birthday.
Why would I know that, Pig Farm?
You only known him your whole life.
I don't know anybody's birthday.
What is the answer? Because you've known him your whole life.
When I go to the pediatrician with my son, I'm like, oh shit! I have to think in my truck before I get out because I don't want the lady knowing that I don't know my son's birthday.
Date of birth for Maisie.
There are things you know before you get out of your truck.
Anyway,
so Todd's you okay? Yeah, I guess.
So it's your birthday Sunday?
Yes.
How old are you turning, Tuttle?
I don't know. Do you want to make fun of me?
Is it my age? Are you my age?
When were you born?
No, 45. It'll be 45.
Oh, you're the same age as Seth.
That's why he's driving.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You guys look nothing like each other.
Seth, Tuttle looks pretty.
He does. Tuttle looks good.
I look younger than Seth.
Well, you do, but since you sobered up, I mean, had you been,
I was bad.
You were going hard for a while, but you look good now, man. You got a dark head of hair.
Mm-hmm. It's growing.
All right. Well, anything else you need to ask him?
No, I think we're good. Right. I'll see you on Sunday, Tuttle. Well,
can we eventually squash all of this at one day?
Sure. Squash what?
I think you guys got to suck each other's dicks. You got a 69.
Tuttle, I've always been
this animosity.
There's no animosity.
I can feel it.
I know. I'm just.
I can feel it. Can you guys feel it?
No.
I can feel it.
Tensions.
No.
Nothing but passive aggressive bullshit.
I love how it always ends like this.
I love it.
Every single time.
He's doing his thing. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this.
Why do you talk about your kids every time I come on here? Is it to remind me that I'm about to turn 45, divorce, no kids? Anything like that? I know the method for your madness at all times, Tom. Make is calculated to fuck me.
No.
And he hung up. Did he really? All right. That's how you fucking do it.
No, he's back. He's doing the radio.
That's how you do it.
No. 90s, baby.
Goddamn.
90s.
Tell me, have you guys ever seen anybody better than that guy?
No.
He's the guy.
And that's why he's our driver.
Yeah.
He's the guy. He's my driver, too. You know what? That's my fucking driver right there, buddy.
You couldn't get 90s radio, baby.
All right. You're riling up the goddamn
I know. Riling up. Pig Farmer's mad. He's in here choking you.
Yeah, Homer's
but this is when it goes too far. And then next thing you know...
then Paul and Mike Smith are mad. Very mad.
Goddamn...
You had a crazy man expose himself to an entire group, to hundreds of families.
The mayor of Sanford stomping his top hat. That's what the mayors do when they get mad. They're like, this is a family event.
We talked about keeping it PG-13.
Okay, all right.
Keeping him down.
PG-13? I don't think Tuttle has, no shit, I don't think he has a PG-13. I've seen that guy's penis more than any person I know. It's probably more than my penis.
Yeah.
Should we take a break?
I think we're going to keep it PG-13, honestly.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
Okay.
And we'll get the couch guys off the couch.
They're hammered. They're not even going to be. They're going to be worthless on Sunday because they're fucking whacked.
I know. Yeah, we're fine. And then we'll come back. I want to talk about the Flying J golf cart.
Okay. Yeah, we got some videos to play when we get back.
Stunt team, which is apparently a thing in the villages and other places in Florida, which I've never heard of until I saw the crash.
We're going to talk about that.
And Jay Leno, half his face is purple, and he fucked himself up again. And I want to talk about the Jonnu Smith throwing the football to his son, which is insane.
We got some good videos to get to.
Yeah. And then also a couple other things we'll talk about.
The name of the band is Good Riddance. The name of the song is No More System to Believe In. It's like classic old school punk rock. Enjoy this. We got Mugger on the other side. We will be right back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Are you looking for a contractor for home renovation?
I bet you are.
Maybe your kitchen needs to be redone, or bathrooms, or add an addition to your house. Or maybe you want to build a small house on your property and rent that out for extra money. Accessory dwelling unit.
Yeah, very popular right now.
DetailsCG.com. That's Details Construction Group. Flora and her team, they can do a great job with any project that you have at your house.
We have a lot of BDMs that are currently using them. I believe our web guy, Matthew, has something going on with Flora right now, and she does a great job. Her and her team will get together, and they can pretty much design, the kitchen, the home of your dreams.
Yep, they have a design center you can go to, and you can look at all the different options you have for flooring or for tile or for anything in your house, and that's what they offer, is like the ability to design what you want all together and do everything needed.
Fully custom.
Yeah, for, like I said, kitchen, bath, full home remodels, additions to your house, or accessory dwelling units in your backyard. It's DetailsCG.com.
There it is. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
That was Mugger, the name of the song. Candy Apple Baseball. Welcome back. What do you want to talk about now, buddy?
Well, we could talk about Jay Leno falling down. So I saw this on Reels or on the social media. Someone was interviewing him. He had an eye patch and half his face was purple. And he was talking about how he took a tumble down a 60-foot hill and then hit his face on a rock.
Yeah, he bounced off a rock.
And he had set himself on fire not that long ago, right?
He was working on a car, and then
earlier this year or something, or a couple years ago, something like that.
Here's a picture of him. Well, shit. It's like from CNN. You can barely see it, but here's a picture. You can see he looks like a supervillain.
Yeah.
He has like this weird eye patch on, which, like, you don't normally wear an eye patch if, like... Okay,
he must have damaged his eye.
Let's talk about eye patches for a second, because eye patches to me are when you lose an eye, you wear the cloth eye patch. Okay. When you have an eye injury, you use the white eye patch with the gauze underneath it.
The bandage taped, the gauze.
Yeah, he lost his eye.
Well,
it's not reported. Breaking news, Tom and Dad, he lost his eye. That's it. That's a permanent. When you're rocking the silk eye patch, that's a permanent patch. That's like you're rocking. That's like your after 5. I'm going out to dinner patch.
The pirate. Although pirates wore it so that they could see underneath, the ship when they go from light to dark.
Right.
And
You flip it up so you'd have one dark eye.
Yeah. You always have one dark eye. Your dark
acclimated
eye
to the to the darkness. I don't know if that's true or not.
So the Jay Leno's a tough motherfucker.
I think he is
because he set himself on fire and now he fell down this. But also. Is this a sign that he is bumbling too much and he's going
It's old. He's just old.
Yeah, and then the old people start falling down.
Well, he does a lot. Like, have you ever watched his show on YouTube, Jay Leno's Garage?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Where he talks about a different car or different cars that he has.
He's driving a goddamn steam-powered...
Yeah. Last
whatever.
week he had on Kit from Knight Rider.
Yeah.
And all he did was make fun of these fucking guys that had this car. He's like, Sam, you got the Knight Rider here. Yeah, he's a Knight Rider. So get all the chicks, right? He's like just fucking with these guys. Like, fuck you, Jay Leno.
And also, he doesn't do... Besides from Jay Leno's Garage, that's really...
I think that's his show.
That's he just does episodes of that.
That's why I think
he doesn't stand up. He probably does corporate events.
That's why I think he's getting hurt a lot, because I do think he does a lot of car and car culture stuff. Like, he does this show, and he's always got new episodes of the show, and he's always taping the show. And, people are saying he's always popping up at, like, car club meets and stuff like that.
So, the other video that we mentioned was this video of 2 golf carts crashing into each other in the Villages.
Oh, it's rough.
During a show that this golf cart club puts together called like the Flying J golf carts or something.
Yeah, it's like, since golf carts are so prevalent in the, in the Villages or whatever, you get old people that like have golf cart clubs, and I guess these old timers, I would imagine they're all ex-military dudes, have decided that they're going to do like a synchronized golf cart driving team, sort of like the Blue Angels. do with jets.
And they drive towards each other and swerve out of the way.
Do you want to see this? Do you want me just to let this roll so everybody can see this? It's making the rounds, but this old man, oh man.
Yeah, so what we're going to play for people that can't watch it, and then you could just search out 2 golf carts, Flying J, Crash, it's on social media. But they're basically weaving in and out of each other in like some sort of synchronized fashion.
Well,
like this is a planned show.
Yeah, it's that it's that daring, like you're driving your golf cart towards another golf cart at the same speed, and then you duck away at the last second, because you're a stunt driving. It's a form of stunt driving. Here, just watch this. Watch this old man.
All right.
Here he goes.
So they're on some sort of street in the village.
Here comes the other one, and
by the way, I love the fact that the music at the old man flies out of the windshield of the golf cart into the other golf cart windshield.
On the other windshield.
Then he's stunned there. He's like, oh! And then
let me see if I can find him. Let me go back a little bit, because when he hits the windshield, I mean, it's rough.
And like they, instead of turning the opposite directions, they turned into each other full speed.
Okay, the first one, they miss, and then here comes the other. He's supposed to turn to the right, and there he is. Oh, I got him mid-flight.
Yeah. So he flies out of the windshield.
It does that move where it hits so hard that he flies out to his left and then flies backwards into a golf cart.
Yeah, and then he's stunned, and then people,
tiny shorts.
The music is still playing, and so
you like the music, right? Then.
Yeah.
What is that song?
It's like a old-timey naval battles.
Yeah, it's like this. It's what you hear when you're running to save the GI, American GIs. I feel like.
Is it like it's what black and
Flight
white?
of the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Thank you, Go Surfing instead.
So my question:
that's good.
These guys go around and perform at like parades and things like the Shriners or something?
I think that these guys, it's like exactly, sort of like the Shriners thing. Like, have you seen the mini cars?
Yeah, the Shriners have. Yeah.
I mean, not everybody can afford those mini. The mini cars are fucking expensive.
So I wonder what caused. And I'm sure someone out there knows about someone who
I'd love to interview these guys. Yes, please. Let's put that out there. If you know your grandpa, your dad, or anybody drives in the Flying J, no, they're just called the flying golf carts.
Oh, the flying golf carts?
Just the flying golf carts, yeah. If anybody knows any of the people from the flying golf carts, we would love to interview them. In fact, I'd do one better. I'd go out there and drive with them.
I'm just curious, too, what started this or why? Who wanted
boredom.
it? Is it boredom? It's just, hey, we'll put on a show with our golf carts and then travel around to different festivals.
Never underestimate. You won't be one of these. I don't think you will be one of these, but I will definitely be one of these. A bored little old man.
Okay, all right.
With a pee-pee dog and a golf cart. I mean, like, I'm literally just 5 years away from joining these guys, right? I mean, right?
Yeah.
You can see me. I'm driving. I got Dansby with me. He's got an American flag bandana on.
You're crashing into the fly on the
I'm not going to crash. I'm a good driver, man. I'm not going to crash.
Yeah, but if the other guy turns the wrong way,
I'll crash. That's the price you got to pay. That's the price. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to be one of the flying golf carts.
And then the other video that I saw this week was, and I thought this is how jaded I've become of the internet, and I'm questioning everything.
And you're making me that way too. I don't believe anything.
I saw a video scrolling on TikTok of their they split the video in two, and they showed Jonnu Smith scoring a touchdown last week for the Dolphins. He's a tight end for the Dolphins, and he scores a touchdown, and then in celebration, and this is a video from the stands. In celebration, he's like, yeah, he just does that move where he gets in the end zone and just tosses the football as far as he can upward. I
did it.
He just throws it. Sometimes, they'll throw the ball into the stands, but this was more of an underhand throw the football up behind his head, right? And in the TikTok video I see, they show a kid catching the football, and he's got a Jonnu Smith jersey on, and they're like,
what are the odds?
But they're like, this is Jonnu Smith's son. he caught the football of his dad scoring the touchdown. Yeah, and then I was like, no way. They just said that because this kid had a Jonnu Smith jersey on. They just said this is his son so they could create a viral video. I don't believe that. I would have bet a lot of money on it. Yeah. Like, this was no way that happened, because what are the chances of that? I mean, the guy just literally threw it up behind his head and his son catches it. Yeah. Then I see him on Pat McAfee and he's telling the story and it was his son.
Yeah, here, I got it. Here is a little bit from Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Up into the air. This lands with your family, right?
Not only with my family, with my oldest son. Him right there, that's picking up the ball on the floor. That's my oldest son right there, man.
Oh, my God.
I didn't even know they was sitting over there in the second half. I saw them. They was calling my name. I realized then, and then later in the fourth quarter, one of the guys came over to me and was like, yo, my girl is sitting over there, and they said your family caught the ball. So I was like, what? That's crazy, man. And then literally after the game, they come and tell me that I dropped my oldest son's lap, literally. And that's him right there, man. I'm glad we got the footage, because nobody would ever believe us.
That's out of a movie. That's a storybook type thing.
God makes no mistakes. That was God's timing right there for sure.
Are the Miami Dolphins
Wait a minute.
team?
Hold on, I disagree with that part.
I'd also ask God, like, why have you made us 3-7? if you made my son catch the ball, like, could you have helped us out this season? Yeah. Maybe not let Tua run himself into DeMar Hamlin and make Tom Van look like an idiot.
Also, I like to think of all those kids with, congenitive heart defects that God is ignoring while he's making sure footballs land with families. Yeah, good thing he's got that dialed in, Jonnu. God makes no mistakes. He's worried about the things that matter, footballs and stands.
But I also want him to be more excited and be like, did you believe? He's very even-keeled about it. Yeah. And I know he probably freaked out about it when it first happened, and a lot of time has passed.
I bet he did. Insane. He's probably like, that's pretty cool.
Like, for a football, I'm mad that they're not more excited, because you catch a football, then you throw it up in celebration, and it lands in your oldest son's lap. Like, if there's 60,000 people at this stand.
See, it'll never happen to the people that need it. You need it. You would love that, right? Yeah, you would love that.
This is a story, like Pat McAfee saying, this is what happens in movies that you call bullshit on. Yeah. It's insane.
We have one more thing we have to hit, too. Not that we're dumping out all the videos, and we're not doing really a dump them out. We're doing, I guess, a hybrid of that. The kayaker. Remember the kayak story that Sam brought us last week?
Yeah, he faked his own death and went to Canada.
Yeah, so there are updated videos from him, and so they figured out who did it. Like, they figured out how he did it, rather. Yeah. They figured out how he did it, and then they also figured out, they made him, for some reason, send a video declaring that he is safe and alive. And then you want to see the videos?
Yes. Well, now this is the bizarre part I can't figure out of why he did send this video in. Because it's like you've committed a crime, and this is a felony. Yeah, you tried to do insurance fraud, or you faked your own death. They spent an amazing amount of resources looking for your body, and then we all kind of get the motivation of why he skipped town. He started a new family. Lots of men do that.
That's a thing.
You go out to buy a pack of cigarettes and you never come back. Yeah. It's been happening.
That's the good Charlotte
since the beginning of time. But what was his motivation for sending in the video? I know the cops are like, send us a video, and then he did it. It's weird.
I don't know. Why here's the original. Agree. I believe this is the police officer. This is the sheriff of Green Lake County.
He stashed an e-bike near the boat launch, paddled his kayak in a child-sized floating boat out into the lake. He overturned the kayak and dumped his phone in the lake. He paddled the inflatable boat to shore and got on his e-bike and rode through the night to Madison. In Madison, he boarded a bus and went to Detroit and then the Canadian border. He continued on the bus to an airport and got on a plane. We are continuing to verify this information, but we feel that this was Ryan's way that he could tell the entire country how he did it.
So there's that one, and then here's the video of Ryan, and this is a creepy-ass video, but this is him. He's very soft-spoken, and I don't know why you would send this in, but this was the video to prove that he is alive.
Good evening, it's Ryan Borgward. Hello, Matt. Today is November 11th. It's approximately 10 a.m. by you guys. I'm in my apartment. I am safe, secure, no problem. Hope this works.
I am safe, secure, no problem. Hope this works. Wow. This is the life you wanted? This sounds great.
It's weird that he sent that in, right?
It is weird.
What's his motivation to do that? To prove, like, well, aren't you embarrassed of your behavior?
The weirdest thing too is
they knew you were alive. They saw you use your passport to get into Canada.
Right. The weirdest thing is we had a listener that updated me this morning of this story. He's like, "Hey, you may want to update this on the Friday Free Show because you guys talked about it last week." But he sent me a link to the BBC article. Now, the BBC article has a video that I can't really get. I can't steal it, but I can play it. And this is the same sheriff talking about why he wants to get this guy back.
Christmas is coming. And what better gift he could give his kids is to be there for Christmas with them.
But he doesn't want to be with his kids. You don't understand that would be the worst fucking... Hold on, I'm speaking to the sheriff. So the worst fucking gift you could give them is a man that hates them being there on Christmas. Don't give them that. Anything is a better gift than that. He doesn't love them if he's going to Uzbekistan if he flew all the way away from them. And don't cry. Sheriff, don't cry. Don't make this a fucking about you. This isn't about you. And you don't give a fuck about those kids. You just give a fuck about crying on TV.
It's weird that the sheriff is like, the greatest gift he can give his kids for Christmas is coming back. And
he hates his kids. He left his fucking kids and faked his death. He hates his fucking kids.
He bought an inflatable kids inflatable.
Yeah, not as a wrap, not as a gift for them. That was an inflatable wrap so he could fake his death.
Yeah, and then overturned his kayak and went.
He hated his kids so much he pretended to be dead.
Then went to Canada and flew to a different country.
Yeah, the sheriff at the end. Listen to it. He's crying at the end. He's doing the crying.
Yeah.
And what better gift he could give his kids is to be there for Christmas.
What better gift? Shut the fuck up.
Like, I understand, it is like maybe the kids that don't understand why their dad left, but their dad did voluntarily
I understand why he left.
Because he
hot Ukrainian ass. That's why he left. Hot, he can do anything. Ass, just anal, all anal. That's why he left. And he hates you. He hates you, and he'll never be back. You know what? You need to go find somebody that loves you. Not that guy. Fuck that guy.
And now the insurance is definitely not paying out the
because he sent the video.
Yeah, because he sent the video. The insurance is like, nope. Progressive looked at that and like, no payout for the kids or the wife.
They get nothing.
So he almost screwed them more. Anyway,
I do want to see that. This is the things I think about. I want to see what he left her for. Like, I want to see. I gotta know. I gotta know. Because you ruined your life. Now you look like the biggest fool, right? You're a big fool. I want to see why did you destroy your family? Let me see it. Let me see how good it was.
I forgot about something I wanted to mention about Wicked. Every
time somebody says that, I think of the song by Ice Cube. Remember that song, Wicked?
Yeah.
That's a good-ass rap song.
In movies like this, especially when they're trying to portray a jaded bully getting revenge for all the kids or the cool people making fun of them, and that's how you create a villain, kind of like Carrie, right? Like, they're all laughing at you, then you fucking the blood comes.
You lock the gym doors and you burn them all alive.
Yeah. And then in all these movies, there's usually a scene where the soon to be villain or the nerd or whoever is the main character getting bullied or made fun of.
Yeah.
They walk into a room and then everybody stops and
looks at him like, ew.
Looks at him and then as they walk in, they crowd around.
They start whispering,
and then they all just pointing, laughing. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, that never happens in real life, right? Like, no one stops the goddamn prom and then
only
looks
if you
at the
shit
nerd.
your pants.
Even with the shitting the pants.
No, we'd done that. We had a girl get her period in gym class. We were like, hey! I was there.
Did everybody in the class laugh?
Yeah.
And then
even the coach, the big black coach, he's like, you get the hell out of here. Go to the office. God damn.
Is that just the way you're remembering it? Because I feel like that's not how people act in real life.
We made jokes right. Like, we didn't hide our jokes. I don't remember. I remember pointing. I remember people pointing and her crying. Yes,
and everybody.
I can't give you everybody because it's not a theatrical production. But it was a lot.
Okay,
it was a lot.
All right. So maybe it does happen.
It's just for dramatic effect. I think they're in the movie. They're trying to give you a version of what really would happen, and they have to exaggerate it.
And how it feels, right? Because I feel like people feel that everybody's pointing and laughing at them, when in reality, no one really gives a shit.
You might be more sensitive to even that part of the movie, because I think maybe you hate that because you don't like to be the center of attention. So maybe that in that movie, when you think about that, you're like, well, that obviously can't happen. I mean, that's not a real thing.
I'm just like, this is not how people act usually. Even kids and even like the cool kids making fun of the nerd. It's like that does.
Yeah, I think it does to a point. I mean, it's like, remember when the story I told you about Maisie? She had that little, remember the bug or whatever? And then all the boys ran over and they were going to stomp it or kill it or whatever. And it was like her versus them. I mean, it was like a group of stereotypical, we need to destroy it, kind of boys ganging up, and then her.
Yeah.
I mean, I think those things exist.
Yeah, they're pointing and laughing, the whole.
I think it does.
And so also at the movie theater last night, Crystal's getting popcorn or whatever, so I go over to the bar because we go over to Winter Park, a Regal. And I'm like, I'm going to have a couple drinks tonight because I don't got to run today. So
why not?
And I'm enjoying my life.
Treat yourself.
And so I go up there and I'm like, can I get a White Claw and, a wine for my old lady?
Did you say that?
Greg,
like a biker?
Whatever.
That's what bikers say.
Yeah. And so he's like, well, she needs to be here because the policy is one drink per person.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, she's over there in the line, whatever. And then he's like, okay, well, just have her come over here. I'll pour the, whatever. So it gives me the White Claw. She buys her popcorn, comes over, shows the ID, and he's like, okay, and he gives us the drinks. So we're sitting there, I drink my White Claw, and then I'm like, I need another White Claw, right?
Yeah.
So
well, the first one was the pre.
So I'm like, hey, give me your license so that I'll go back down there and to the same guy and be like, hey, I just gonna get one more and then we're good. And then the peanut Greggio and the White Claw. So I go, down there and in the middle of the movie, and then I'm like, can I have one White Claw on the wine? And he's like, your wife has to be here. And I'm like,
I've done this.
You know me. We've just did this.
Well, he doesn't really know you. He served you one time.
Yeah. But he's like, here's her ID.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry, that's the policy.
Yeah, Andrea found that out too because I was having her mule me beers one time, and she's like, you have to go down there.
So, okay. Let me just, and I know that, I know Daniel's a big stickler on, like, the rules are the rules.
Well, it's not worth you arguing with somebody who has no control. Like, that guy has zero control over it.
He does.
No, he doesn't. Because
he can just give it to me.
No, because it puts his job on the line, and I would never do that for you because you wouldn't do it for me. You're there for a movie.
Yeah, but
you're not there to, you can't.
But it only puts his job on the line if by giving me that drink with the two drinks instead of just one per person, if I cause some sort of disturbance because I'm too drunk.
That's not true.
And what in what scenario would it cost him his job?
If his manager were watching, and if his manager were a rules are rules guy, and he breaks protocol, then he could lose his job. If they go and ring it up, or if his manager witnesses, if somebody petty witnesses him doing it, and he gets turned in by another employee, those are all things that could happen. And then if that manager is a rules are rules manager, it doesn't matter if that guy's a good dude, a bad dude, or whatever. He gets fired. I wouldn't do that for you.
Why? No, but if the chances of getting fired are 1%.
I don't run that. I'm not a gambling guy.
It doesn't even have to be a gambling. Like, this guy is a middle-aged dad that wants, what am I going to do?
Well, he can either follow the rules or not he can either follow the rules or not. It's a believe it or not scenario. Believe it or not.
Yeah, but why does the movie theater even have that rule? It's to keep people from getting too drunk, right?
That I can't argue with because
that's the dumbest rule.
It's definitely because of people, they've obviously had something happen there where they needed to implement that rule.
Yeah, some insurance thing,
Doesn't it always come back to insurance?
Yeah, but then, but other movie theaters, I've not seen that rule where one per person is a stickler.
Which one were you on? Winter Park Village?
Yeah.
That's the one. That is the one.
It's a bizarre.
Because Andrea came back and she's like, they won't. she's like, you know, like I won't even. They won't do that because I gave her my ID. Yeah. The same exact thing. They will not do that.
Yeah, no, I know. It's ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. It's stupid as hell. Like,
I don't disagree.
Get it together,
I don't disagree with you, but I'm just saying if I were that little guy there and you asked me to do that, I'd follow the rules because I'm not getting ratted out. I'm not losing my job.
Well, it's just I look at the way you lose your job is that it ends up coming back to you, and there's surveillance footage of them, and it's like, oh, this guy shit up the whole. You know what I'm saying? Like some absurd scenario that's obviously not going to happen. Just stand on a middle-aged man. What? Like you give me a wine. What am I going to do? You know, pound it and start shitting my thing and start fighting all the other people. In the, you know, it's like that's not going to happen. It's, you know, it's like even with our beer fest. I remember
the chat room said it's very much like a cutting of a club sandwich. Yes, it is. It very much is in the same vein. It's definitely in the same vein.
Like, for instance, we have wristbands on Saturday. If an old man comes up to me and doesn't have his, ID, I will give you a wristband if you're an old man. What will happen?
Right.
Because I'll be like, nothing could happen if I give an old man a wristband unless he is like, he pulls off his mask. He's a 15-year-old. I'm like, well, that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'll give the old man a wristband.
Sophisticated mask that 15-year-old
He's obviously over 21. This is not a rules or rule. Now, if you look under 21, I'm going to make you show me your ID.
Yeah, but if you look like an old man, you're good to
go. Because you're obviously an old man. Nothing bad will happen by giving you a wristband to an old man that's obviously over 21. Nothing bad will happen by giving the middle-aged dad the extra Pinot Grigio.
First wife. It wasn't even for you.
Who you just saw 5 minutes ago, and you served. Like, obviously, what kind of shenanigans am I trying to pull?
There is a scenario, though, where you drink the wine yourself, and then I'm like, oh, that's not. You should have done that. Now I have to turn you in. Now I have to call the police.
And then he's like, you could just go and then come back. I'll give you as many as you want, but it's just one per person. And that's when I was like, well, what the fuck is this for then? Like I can just go back. I'll just go to the bathroom, chug this, keep going back. He's like, yes, I can do that. And then I'm like, well, you can't give me two.
But he is just offering you. But see, what should be okay with you is him offering you what I can do is this. But if that's not good enough for you, then that's on you.
No. It's on the rule, the stupid rule that you're following for no reason.
But it's not that big of a deal, is it?
Well, I had to go back. I just got the wine from my wife, and then I do not get the White Claw.
And everybody's happy. He doesn't lose his job, and, you don't have to create a new rule.
The business didn't get the $17 for the White Claw, and then also, who wins in this scenario? No one.
Thanks for calling A Mediocre Time. Who's this?
Hey, guys, this is Josh.
Hey, what's going on, Josh? What's on your mind, man?
Hey, man, not much. I live up in Lake County in Mount Dora. We got an Epic Theater up there, and the same thing happens up there. It's the one drink per person thing, and it's really stupid.
Yeah, there's got to be a reason they do it, though, or places wouldn't do it. You know, I mean, that's normally what you say, right? It's like, there's got to be a reason.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife and I and our daughter, whose name is Maisie, we went there a couple years ago, actually, and like the same exact story, Tom. Went up, got mine. Like my wife was there, like they saw her a while ago, and just like wouldn't do it.
I bet you that you hit the nail on the head earlier when you mentioned this, and then we rolled right over it. But I bet you it's just naturally they've done studies or something in alcohol in a theater, and they're like, look, our studies have shown that if you implement this rule, then you will have this percentage of no problem. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, this is the way to control alcohol drinking in a place that's not a bar.
Now, what's weird, though, is that they are aware that places like the Enzion and like the Draft House, like you could order as much drinks as you want, then food and stuff like that.
Just bring it to your
table.
And
there's waiters and waitresses bringing you as much as you want to order, and then they seemingly,
I feel like that's more of a bar, though.
They don't have, though, a problem of people going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So there's a weird theater rule. And then also, like I said, I understand if you're like, there's some frat boys and you want to keep them quiet, and they're like they're rowdy and like I can't give you 16 drinks because you're blackout or whatever.
Yeah, we're talking about Orlando small business owner that just wants a couple of White Claws.
Yeah, you just give 2 White Claws to a middle-aged dad, and then you're just like, nope, can't do it.
Andrea brought this up too, and I don't know if this, but that's interesting. I didn't think about that. Maybe it's so you don't hand it to minors. They hand you one, that's your drink, you get your drink. I'll hand, whoever gets the drink, I got to hand it to the person. I've been to places where they do that, where like, sorry, I got to hand this to you, it's your drink. I can't give it to you. I can't give 2 to you because you're going to hand that other one to your little brother or something. I don't know.
Well, again, though, there are other places like a regular restaurant and any other places like that you could bring your kids and you could order multiple drinks and they don't have, they're not worried about you handing them to minors.
Yeah, I mean, but this isn't a bar, it's a movie theater.
Yeah,
so they're trying to like they're trying to be a movie theater and not go into full restaurateur mode.
Yeah, but
maybe, I don't know.
There is no explanation because it's a ridiculous rule. And I've thought about every incarnation of why this has happened, and maybe just some stupid insurance shit.
Yeah, but Andrea's screaming, why is it so hard to be okay with the rules?
If they're stupid, then I'm just. Here's the thing.
Yeah, but stupid is different for everybody.
They're stupid.
Right?
Well, do you think it's a good rule?
I mean, I don't think it's a good rule, but I'm totally okay following the rules because I always look at it like, well, that guy, I don't want that guy to jeopardize his job for something as simple as me just walking back, handing the wine to Andrea, and going back and getting a White Claw. I don't even want to be here anywhere. I'm at Wicked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way I would have looked at it. Like, okay, great, more time away from something I don't care about.
Anyway, I just wanted to put it on record that it's stupid, and Winter Park, that's bad business.
Okay, I like
it
that.
makes no sense. And if you could explain it to me, I'm all ears.
Yeah, dig it. You want to get out of here, buddy? Is there anything else we need to plug before tomorrow's big, massive events?
Not really. Just those are the last 2 big events of the year. Then next week we obviously are taking Thanksgiving off and Friday off, but we're going to do a Friday free show on Wednesday. And
it's going to be super special.
And we're doing a family
very cool
show for the first time.
First time ever.
With Maisie, Max, Tommy, our wives, and we're going to do the first podcast we've ever done with our
never done a family affair, so this should be interesting. Should be fun.
And
I'm a little nervous about it. You know, it'd be interesting to have everybody in here.
Well, I don't know how my sons will act on a mic.
I don't know how Maisie will either. I mean, she was good in here, but she might clam up. I don't know.
You know, and the last time they have been here on the couch and even talked, I mean, they were little babies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's been a while.
I remember they were in here making the poop joke.
Yeah, we're going to have
I'll have to find that. That was funny.
They're old enough to have a conversation with.
Yeah. Especially Tommy. Tommy's like a man now, like a young man.
So we'll do that next Wednesday for a special Thanksgiving AMT.
Do you want to take any I mean, if you guys have any questions, I mean, obviously within reason, let's try to keep them family-centric. But yeah, I mean, I'll take questions. If you guys have any, if you'd like to email us, show@tomandan.com.
I'll ask my sons any questions, including curse words. They like those the most.
That's cool.
So whatever you want, put it on the media page.
You guys can watch Maisie's reaction when he says curse words. I can't even say fuck in my house. Anything else, buddy?
I believe that's it.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We can't wait to see all of you guys tomorrow. Safe travels when you're making your way out there. And, yeah, we will see you on Monday.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
This is all jokes and funny to you, huh? You can take it up with legal. Have a good day.